after that, one of the deacons had grabbed my Uncle Larry's teeth off the ground and shoved it right back in his mouth. And he kept preaching and said, and God said, ooh.
Ew! Hey, Candy.
Hey, sissy. Calvin, somebody text me.
Hey, Calvin.
What's up, sissy?
Wait.
Ew, Candy.
Okay.
Candy girl.
Hey, I think Jeremiah's on his way up here. Sissy, he's actually up here.
Okay.
Hey, glory! Yes, Lord, yes, Lord, yes, Lord. Hey, sister. How you doing?
Hey.
Scoot up. What's up, bro?
Scoot up.
What's up, Jeremiah?
Why is he limping? Bro, pay attention to service.
Bro, I'm gonna hit.
Bro, you still on that?
I mean, look at it.
What happened to your foot?
Okay, so you know, Sissy lived down the street from me, right? So yesterday night I called her up. I'm like, I'm trying to come over. You know, she not going. She not letting me come over. So me being me, you know, I sneak up through the back, you know, from the yard. I climb up the tree, you know, looking in the window, trying to get a peek, you know. You feel me? I almost had it, bro. I was this close. But I failed. So I broke my foot.
Oh, Jeremiah, you out of order. Dude, Sissy said you need to leave that alone.
I'm out of order. I wanted to hit. I didn't say I did. I wanted to.
Dude, it's the same thing.
No, it's not. See, watch this. Ladies, if I wanted to have sex with someone, but I didn't, because I felt like someone was stopping me, but I wanted to, is that a sin?
Yes, and your dirty butt probably do it all the time.
Candy.
What? It's the truth. He around here shouting like he all safe, but ain't claiming nothing.
Man, why you always gotta be judging me? You ain't saved either.
It takes one to know one.
Bro, I'm out. I don't gotta deal with all this.
So we already separated who will save.
You know what you can do, Candy? Go find yourself a man.
How about you go claim your kids?
Ooh.
Bro!
Yeah. So that was Sexy Lady. Beautiful life lessons from the church balcony. Let me turn it down. All right. So, where did this come from? I did this in 2015. I remember I was talking to Andre Crouch because I had been working for people since. So the last film I did before this was 2003. Now I have worked on other different stuff and did other videos and things like that, but um, I'm talking about specifically for me, by me, to the public that I wanted to do. This is the first time I had done anything since 2003. So I was talking to Andre Crouch, and he was saying you should just do something, just do some films, use what you got. So I'm like, I don't have anything. I didn't have a film camera. Film cameras cost too much to rent. I couldn't afford it because when you're trying to get your foot in the foothold in the industry, unless you want to just simply just be a worker, like you just want to be a gaffer or a grip or a PAs. If you're a career PA, you can make a lot of money, especially if you get in the union. But whatever it is, but that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to direct my own film. I wanted to produce my own films, own my own films, but at the same time have people enjoy them. So I was having a problem with that. I didn't even have a digital camera. So, but I did have access to a RCA camera. So I was like, okay. It just so happens that Underground had died right before I did my first one. But I was like, yeah, I'm gonna figure out how I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. But it came to me on once again, the Lord, He put me in this industry, and I was like, well, what do you want me to do? He was like, I want you to make 3 films at the same time, in which what I did, I made a beautiful, made Sexy Lady, Bad Parent, and Bad Decisions. I made them and edited them, and I released them at the same time. So I probably released it. I may have done it in 2014 and released it in 2015. I think. I don't know. I can't really remember. But anyway, so I didn't show the public anything until I finished editing, and I learned a lot about editing, pacing that I didn't know, because you really don't know a lot of things until you do it. So I did this that way. Now this is different because this is not film and this is not HD and it's not digital. So, but HD was around, But I was like, can I make a quality thing with what I have? Like God told Moses when they got to the Red Sea, he was like, "Oh, what should I do?" And I was like, "Well, what's in your hand?" He just had a stick, a staff, and he was like, "Hey, use what you got." And so he stretched that staff over the the Red Sea, and he opened it. God allowed the wind to open up the Red Sea. I do believe it because I'm saved, and it's really not that hard to believe when you look at everything else that's happening in the world. Um, how beautifully synchronized so much things are. You know that is wisdom of God. But anyway, that is here and there. But I'm going to move on. So I had to come up with an idea of what I wanted to do. I had to have a banner, and I knew I wanted to own it. So A Beautiful Life was the banner. So anything that I did, I wanted to be under the Beautiful Life banner. And then under that, I have Lessons from the Church Balcony. Then I have episodes from things from the church balcony, just little lessons for people, whatever age, because I didn't know what stories were going to come to me. So I just, God said go, and I just went. And so the first one was Sexy Lady, and I say it's Beautiful Life. Let's from the Church Balcony, episode 1, Sexy Lady. And so it's basically what you saw. It's a lot of hypocrisy and everything that deals with it. Anyway, the music in the beginning, I did it. All the music that's in all of my stuff that I'm showing, I did it all myself, except for where I say that it was done. Because on Save Folks, that intro, my cousin Dave Hodges did it. Jeffrey Dave Hodges and Sheree Reed did Discouraged in Life, Discouraged in Faith. I mean, he did the music for that. So, but everything else, it was me. And I'm a percussionist, but I do know how to play the piano a little bit. So I composed everything, and I had Edward Showers play the organ for me. I had Javon Johnson play the bass. I had Dave, he's a prolific beat maker. I had him play the drums. I did all the percussion, and that was it because I didn't have a guitar player. I could have gotten a guitar player. I know guitar players, but I just wanted to hurry up and do it. Now this is kind of a tribute to Andre Crouch, the because I was thinking about like Amen and little classic TV shows and stuff like that. So, uh, but I didn't take from that. It's just kind of inspired. I totally wrote it myself, and we recorded it. Everything was done fast, 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 fast because I didn't have enough time. Everybody was doing me a favor. Even this shot right here, I did this after service one day at this church, and I was like, "Hey, come up here and do this shot," and I knew it was going to be the beginning. So let me start it. So yeah, so I did this on Nero, this little stuff here. So I used Nero and Movie Maker. That's how I edited this. So that just goes to show I shot it on RCA video, and I did all this on whatever. So the way I did that, I remember, what did I do? The black and white. I forgot what I used there, but I took the light out. I forgot what I used, and then I just matted everything with another color, like red. So it was black and white at first, and I matted it with a red, or matted with an orange, matted with a blue, and I was like, let's have some action in it, so it really looks Partridge Family-ish, you know. So I thought it turned out really well. So this is the very first one I did. I had no idea what to expect, and it's like, I didn't want to turn people off because it's video of like 360p, But I think it turned out pretty well. Let me turn it down on my headphone.
That is hilarious. Is that
All
all you
right,
got?
so the story it didn't really come from anybody. The story just came to me, and I really liked it because it's still quirky, and the quirkiness I keep because I always have a little quirkiness.
Hey,
And
sissy.
again, we have the
What's
the handsome black men,
Wait,
the beautiful black women,
ew,
kings
Candy.
and queens.
Okay.
Yes, the smell thing is a natural thing. People smell a seat sometimes. There's a lot of different weird things that we do. You're not perfect, even in the church. Well, you better not believe people in the church is perfect because that's where all the broken people go. That's why so many messed up people in the church because that's where broken people go. They go to church and it's like a warm blanket. They go in there, but they don't all get right,
Why is he limping?
But this that is warm in there because the spirit of God is so prevalent in there. So this idea, I don't know where this idea came from, but I really like the little filters I was able to do with Nero. It's really cute. So this music, that's me doing the what is it called, the moose call. I call it the slap, the moose call on the congas, and I thought it was really cool with sex and everything. Had Jay, the bass player, doing that really cool riff.
Bro, pay attention to service.
So the lighting that I did, so all this the RCA camera in different spots, and the editing was so hard because I didn't have a separate audio track. I did have an overhead microphone, but it didn't really sound better when I got into edit. It didn't sound better than the mic that was coming out of the RCA, the onboard microphone on the RCA camera. So it is what it was. Oh, his foot was actually broken in real life, so I just worked that into the story. Um, isn't that crazy? Which I was afraid in the end when he falls backwards, you know, because I was like he won't be able to catch himself. So I was like, don't go back so far that you actually fall down the stairs. So that is a long way. Those steps are go is a steep decline. And I think he did really well as Benjamin Shepherd. He did really well. Everybody did well, Dave Hodges, Jessica Ellison, my cousin Diana
Yes.
Harmon,
And your dirty butt rub grew
Dave
all
Hodges,
over
Hat
the
Man,
candy.
and he had to
What?
humiliate
Ain't it
himself to
true?
do
He
this,
around here shouting like he
being a
outside, but
weirdo.
ain't
But
crazy.
there's weirdos at the church.
Hey,
There's
wait,
weirdos just like it. There
you
weirdos,
ain't saying
in the
me.
library,
It takes one
at
to know one.
the job. There's weirdos here, and here, there. This guy's a hypocrite, but there's a lot of hypocrisy going on. I never did
Playing your
expose
kid.
the guy in the front hypocrisy, but that's one thing that happens. You're never finished like being cleaned up after you get saved. You're always gonna have to work on yourself. There's always stuff that you need to work out. Jesus is the only one that was perfect. So this is just one. And so okay, so this scripture, whoever look on a woman to lust after have committed adultery with her, it doesn't mean because you thinking about having sex with that's a sin. Let me make that clear. When you look at David with Bathsheba, you look at the story of David and Bathsheba, in Samuel, Second Samuel. What happened with that? So it was cool. I did the background music, that ending music. Oh my friend, I talked about this before. My friend did that ending that card right there, Culaheev Productions. We went to school together, Courtney Markham. But anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, so the idea behind that is, when not Peter, when David, he saw Bathsheba bathing. Now, uh, there was nothing wrong with being attracted to him because God made us that way. So there was nothing wrong with that. And he wanted to be with her. There's nothing wrong with wanting to have sexual relations with somebody. That's natural that God gave us. The problem was he asked somebody who was she because he wanted to get her and marry her and make it legal, and all that was good. But what happened is they was like, oh, that's so and so's husband, and then he was like, oh, for real, I still want her. Boom. Now that's where he committed adultery in his heart. When they say he lust after her, that means his desire went past what he felt. He went after her. So he tried to accomplish that. Even if he hadn't accomplished it, The reason why God said you already committed adultery in your heart is because before he even did it, he already purposed in his heart he's gonna do it. He made efforts to get it done. So God's already holding him accountable for that. So that's what it was. There's nothing wrong with being attracted to a woman, being attracted to a man being attracted to a woman, or even imagining them in a sexual way. Those are you wouldn't even get married if y'all didn't have these visions and feelings. Anyway, that was that. That sexy lady. Hope I cleared that up because some people get confused about that. I hope no one feels objectified by this because I just want you to know that sometimes we can unintentionally distract one another. And sometimes we intentionally try to distract one another. So don't be that person that intentionally do it. But there's ways to repent and and get things right. Just change your life. All right, so that's it for sexy lady. I'll be back with more later. You got any questions? Type them up. I hope to get them. All right, peace. I'm out.